Crusaders! Ho, Crusaders! My, what a young audience you are tonight. Young and impressionable. That's what we like. Not like, well, you know, I can see over the back there, I can see a couple of those crusty old boomers. We don't want them. They probably got in on free tickets. That's what they're like. Want something for nothing. And isn't that the problem? You know, wanting too much, wanting to consume too many goods, leading to too many factories, leading to too many chimneys pouring out the pollution. Oh, yes, that's the problem. And it's all their fault. But before you get too complacent, all you youngies, just think about this. Nature loves a balance. And on one side, we've got the boomers who, to give them credit, did a fantastic job of stuffing up the planet. And what have you done on your side of the scales, eh? What have you produced, you millennials and year-somethings? I'll tell you, a shortage of avocados and endless seasons of World of Warcraft. Well, let me introduce myself. Now, my drama teacher, Miss Haig, she says that I'm not very good at exposition. She puts it a bit more bluntly than that. Basically my exposition's crap, and I leave the audience in the dark, mostly. Well, tonight we're going to fix all that. My name, good evening. My name is Socrates Smith. And I'm in Form 6B at Mildura Agricultural High School. You know the problem, don't you? We've buggered it up. The planet's stuffed. Global warming, refugee flows, human rights abuses, pandemic spreading. Peter Dutton's head. It's all a disaster. And what do? We run around in a dither. Oh, my goodness. What do? Or we stick our heads in the sand, which is probably not a good idea, probably not a bad idea if you're Peter Dutton. No, if you're more actively inclined, like Greta Thunberg, you sail around the oceans in a sailboat. No, ladies and gentlemen, men and women of Australia, we face a time of crisis. And at times of crisis, we dither. We don't know what to do. But don't worry. This is the purpose of my crusade. This is why I'm here tonight. I have for you, tonight, a wonderful, splendid, elegant, yet simple idea. I've come down from Mildura, up in the sunny north. Anybody been there? Eh? You've been to Mildura? And you have? Not been? That's a shame. Mildura's a lovely place. If you've been there, you've probably gone on the paddle boat. Have you been on the paddle boat? Yes, that's what you do in Mildura. You hop out of your car and you jump on the paddle boat. paddleboat goes paddling down the river. At some point it turns around. Then you hop off and get back in your car. Oh no, it's a lovely place, lovely place. You who haven't been, they do say, see Venice and die. Well, Mildura's a damn sight cheaper to get to. Go to Mildura and... Anyway, I'm joshing with you. My point, and there is one, we're edging towards, we're getting there. My point is that when you look at something from the outside, it seems quite simple, huh? We look at a place and we say, pretty little town. Look at some people, what a happy couple. Look at me, silly old coot. But if you're an insider, if you're inside, things are much more complicated. Yeah. There are so many details. You know every nook and cranny. For example, when you were little tackers, your house and garden were your entire universe. You knew every corner, every stone had meaning. I used to have a special place. No one knew about it. I used to crawl under the house. Parents didn't know what I was doing. They didn't give a shit. But yes, under the house, like a cat, looking for a nice cozy corner. And under there I'd find all sorts of things, mainly things that people had thrown away, broken things, damaged things, things that were no longer wanted. I found an old butter knife. It had lost its lovely bone handle. I think that's when I had my first intimation of mortality. I cried over that knife. I cried because it was broken and there was nothing I could do to bring it back. Remember that story. That story will become significant. Right, Mildura. Tell you more about the place. Well, Mildura's streets are numbered on the American model. 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, and so on. I think they call it the American model because the Americans lack imagination. Or possibly it's to help those Trump voters who can't read. Yes, numbered streets. So, for example, my house is on the corner of 13th Street and Deacon Avenue, which runs up the middle. The school is on 14th Street. I'm always traversing that block. School, well, I'm not very popular at school, not very popular with the teachers. I ask too many questions. Not silly ones, not like Vinnie Thompson, who asked Miss Frobisher what a penis was made of. No. Mine are more existential. I particularly want to know why we should follow all these bloomin' rules. We've got a song, a school song we have to sing. Rough paraphrase of which goes, I wish I was back in bloomin' old England. at Eton or Harrow, but seeing as I'm not, let's jump in some war and kill a few Turks. I said to Principal Stone, I said, we can't sing this imperialistic trat. He just said, bugger off, Smith. That's how I got my name. See, my real name's Solomon Charles Smith. Was Mr. Edwards in Form 4 who called me Socrates. He came up to me one day and said, Smith, you're a bloody nuisance. You heard of Socrates? Well, of course I had. Clever old Greek egghead who asked a few too many questions, and look where that got him. So, from that date, I was Socrates Smith of Mildura Agricultural High School, and now I'm in Form 6B. How have I gone, Miss Haig? Have I filled them in? I got a feeling I've missed a few things, but look, we'll get there. We'll get there. We're heading towards the, but unfortunately, we've got to take a break for a musical number. Miss Haig's idea. Interrupts the flow, if you ask me, but she reckons, well, they'll need some relief from my blathering on. Well, I just hope he can find the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rick Solomon.